some activities for my students.
Yeah. So they are going to be, of course, working from home, and they
Mm-hmm.
are going also to have a lot of doubts, I guess. So,
Oh, here. Perfect. Yay!
hey,
Hello, Maggie.
Agustin, how are you?
I'm very, very excited and surprised because this is the second time I'm using the telephone. So that's why
Wow.
I didn't know what to press on the screen.
It's okay. So you can be punching keys still the moment you find out what you have
Exactly.
to
That's the
do.
way. That's
Maybe,
the way it was.
you know what? I would like you to think about something, Agustin.
Tell me.
Of course, it is important that you are at class, but it is also very important that you get to know how to use technology because it is something that we have also the obligation and the need to transmit to our students. Of course,
Exactly.
when our students know more than what we do, Jesus, of course, it is not a situation of proud. It's just a situation that they all of the time need to see that their teachers know very much how to do things. And if you say, hey, kids, how can I do this? It's good, but it is much better to say, I know how to do it. So you are,
Exactly.
yeah, you are practicing.
You really right. I am learning every day how to teach online, specifically on this season.
Yeah.
This special season, I was told by my boss that I need to get to become an online teacher.
And
So
you
I'm trying.
You are doing very fine. That's great.
Thank
You
you.
know, it's gonna be good. It's something that I liked too much to say to my students all of the time. You know what? I was working with the teachers in bachilleres, and at first they
Mhm.
were really angry because they had to take this course that was so difficult and so uh, uh,
Challenging.
yeah, so challenging, and they didn't want to take it. And I said, all right,
Mhm.
maybe the platforms are not as easy as you expected, but guess what? You are going to be enormously talented. You are going to have mastery in these virtual issues. So
Exactly.
after you
Mhm.
finish with this course, you are going to be able to do everything you may like. So
Exactly.
that's a double benefit.
Aha.
That's it. Excellent. All right. Agustin, welcome.
Thank
Daniel,
you.
thanks you. Daniel, welcome. How are you? Daniel, hello. Daniel, are you there? You know what? I would like you to give me your complete name. It's Agustin
Ramos Torres.
Ramos. Yes, Ramos Torres. Yes, I'm going to rename you because we need the correct registration. Carmen,
Awesome.
Carmen, could you please
Hi,
remind,
good afternoon.
good evening,
Good evening. Carmen Pacheco Martinez.
Pacheco. Thank you. Martinez?
Sí, teacher.
Thank you very much. Excellent. So, Carla, what's your whole name, please?
Is Carla Janira Horta Gasca
Horta.
with H,
Yeah,
Gasca with S.
Gasca. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, and so finally, Daniel, please. It's Daniel. Aha, the chat. Diego Daniel Marroquín. Diego. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. We know that you participate a lot. So fix your problems with the computer we are going to be here waiting for you whenever you are ready. Don't worry. Okay, Diego Daniel Marroquín Ceballos. Let me rename you. Diego Daniel Marroquín Ceballos. Excellent. That's it. Thank you. Hey, now we are all ready. You know what? I would like to talk to you about this. Today's work is going to be about pleasure. So the question is, what do you do for pleasure? What about you, Carmen? What do you do for pleasure?
Okay. It's a pleasure for me that I'm here for um, in this session. It's a pleasure. Um, and I feel good in this moment because I am practicing my English with you and my partners, and uh, it's a pleasure learning about the second language.
Hey, that's
Uh,
beautiful.
okay, yes, or I have a mistake.
No, it's okay. Thank you very much. It is so motivating. And yes, you did it pretty well. And so it's a pleasure also to be working with you. And you know what? I think that most of us here are teachers, and we know that something of the very most pleasant part of being a teacher is to have students who are encouraged with
Yeah.
their own process. That's wonderful. That's amazing. All right. Thank you very much, Carmen. Carmen, your victim. Who's your victim?
Okay, yes, maybe Carla.
Carla, thank you.
Yes. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, we can listen to you.
Okay. Uh, I I like to go to the cinema.
Wow. Hey,
Uh,
great.
and also I enjoy a lot eating chocolate.
Right. Wow.
Oh, chocolate. That
Yes.
it drives me
Uh,
crazy.
oh yes, I love it.
So do I.
um, I I like to make some donations to dog and cats shelters. Is that correct to say?
Yeah, yeah, that's correct.
Mhm.
Okay.
Wow. Hey, that's beautiful. Congratulations to you. Thank you very much, Carla. All
Yes.
right, your victim.
My victim is Luis Fernando.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me. For example, if I stay on a beach, walking on a beach, swimming on the sea. Also, I enjoy watching a movie. Um, what else? Um, Running, watching a rainy day. Um, I don't know. Also, I would like to watch videos on YouTube. Mm, it's my pleasure to have a conversation with my friends, have a beer with my friends, going to a party. What else? Mm, taking a relaxing shower.
That's
Mm,
it.
okay, that's it.
Wow. Hey, Luis, all of those things are so pleasant. Pretty good. Thank you. All right. So, who's your victim?
Okay, my victim is Agustin Ramos.
Oh, thank
Excellent.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the most pleasant things that I love doing is going to the bookshop and also buying lots of books. That means that's a very obsession in me. But guess what? Today it happened as an extremely an interesting serendipity. That means a miracle happened because I didn't want to go out from my home because I'm taking care of my mom in these days and I don't want to be on the streets. But I had to go to the post office because my aunt who lives in Culiacan sent me a box of her books. And because tomorrow is the Down syndrome people day, she sent to me at least 50 books about literacy on these kind of kids or people. But suddenly I was told in Facebook that on March the 20th was born a very specific author whose name is Inés Arredondo and who was born in Culiacan. And she wrote a specific and very, very interesting stories. So I went to the post office. I was a little bit afraid of being in contact with some people on the street. And then I arrived there and I had to carry this big box of books. I opened it when I arrived home. And guess what? There were two copies of Inés Arredondo, the author that my aunt didn't know that it was her birthday today. And it arrived in my hands today. And the author is already dead. Can you
Oh,
understand that kind of miracle?
yeah, that's it. Wow.
Exactly. That's why I love books.
Wow. Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Those kind of situations happen to me several times.
Wow. Hey, it
Yeah.
was amazing, Agustin. Really
Yeah.
amazing.
And I need to tell my aunt that she didn't know that it was a very special situation. So when I am done with this lesson, I am going to call her back to Culiacan to tell her, "Hey, aunt, what you have done is so amazing for me because I love books. I love reading."
Hey, that's wonderful. Congratulations to
Thank
you.
you.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you, Agustin. All right. Tell us, who's your victim?
I think is Carmen. No, or
Carla. No.
Carla has already speak.
Yeah, Diego. Then Diego is missing.
Yeah, Diego is missing.
All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I looks like I fixed my problem, so I'm here.
Excellent.
Okay,
Welcome.
thank you. Well, usually for me, it's after when I finish my work, come to
Mhm.
my house and check on my plants, check on my chickens, check on my dogs. That is pleasure for me. And after all that, you sit talking to my wife, drink a glass of wine. That's pleasure for me. Just enjoy my family. I think sometimes the moving of the world push us to different things, and I think it's amazing spend some time with family and drinking a glass of wine. I think for me that's pleasure.
Wow. Hey, that's beautiful, delicious, amazing. Excellent.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks to you for sharing your experiences with us. All right. So, is anybody missing kids? Anybody who we didn't mention? No? Well,
No, that I know.
excellent. Let me tell you something. We are going to watch a video. It's going to be so interesting and so nice. All right, here we go.
En Doctus nosotros nos preocupamos con nuestros pacientes. Buscamos que lleguen a su máximo potencial.
What do you want to do? This question can be very complicated to answer. As humans, we want a lot of things. Once we have them, we usually want more. But if you talk to many people at different stages of their life, throughout many different parts of the world, you might notice that all of their desires have similar roots. So what if we could narrow our desires down to a handful of concepts or ideas? Well, this was a mission of Stephen Rice, a psychology professor in Ohio. In the 90s, Rice began to explore what makes people happy, what motivates them, and what their desires were. He studied the needs and desires of over 6,000 people and narrowed them down to 16 basic principles. You can read more about his findings in the book Who Am I? 16 Basic Desires That Motivate Our Actions, Define Our Personalities. But in this video, I'm going to briefly go over these 16 basic desires and how they shape your goals. So I'm listing the 16 basic desires in alphabetical order. While all of these desires are considered basic, they appeal to humans in different ways. One may not dominate over the others for everyone. If you've read about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, a lot of these might sound very familiar. But before I start this list, I want to give a shout out to a small project I've been working on the side. It's about productivity, and if you want a free sneak peek, check the link in the description to download a freebie. So, number 1, acceptance. Humans find themselves in different groups of people throughout their lives. Their families, friend groups, colleagues, friends. One of the basic human desires is to feel accepted within these groups. We want to feel as though we belong, and that the other people in the group want us to be in those groups. Basic desire number 2 is curiosity. Our lives and world are constantly changing. As we experience these things, we become more curious and feel the desire to learn about what's going on around us. Our curiosity can be satisfied through learning from textbooks or engaging in new experiences. Number 3 is as simple as eating. Our desire is as simple as the physical desire to eat and feel full. We need food to physically survive, but our desire to eat goes beyond basic satisfaction of giving ourselves the right vitamins and nutrients. We want food and drink that tastes good and looks delicious. We also want to use eating as a time to engage in social contact and to be a part of a larger group. Number 4 is family. One of the first groups that we belong to is family. We all have a desire to have a family, grow a family, and usually provide care to the people in our family. Number 5 is honor. When we make decisions that honor ourselves and our ethics, we feel pride in what we have done. Honor is more important in some cultures than others, and you might find this true for yourself or your friends. Some societies place honor as the most important trait that a person can desire. Each member of that society holds people to high individual expectations. Many people desire honor in order to honor past generations or other people in their society. Number 6 is idealism. Rice associates idealism with the desire to see justice and fairness played out within society. Our culture dictates what the ideal society should look like, and collectively, humans desire to see that idealism become realized. If you've taken my Psychology of Selling course, you know that I talk about the Kantian fairness bias, and this is kind of where it comes into play. People want things to be fair, but they also want the real world to be overly optimistically perfectly fair. Number 7 is independence. Not all desires take place in group situations. Even within groups, humans desire the need to be independent and feel like a unique person, to have their own ideas. Independence gives us the control to make our own decisions and live our life according to our own ideals. To be different, basically. Number 8 is order. Order gives humans a sense of control. When we recognize order in events or everyday occurrences, things like laws or schedules and to-do lists, we feel like we're in more control. We know what to expect, how the day is going to go, and how other people will behave in certain situations. Number 9 is activity. Physical physical activity has many benefits. Humans desire the endorphins that release and the stress that goes away through physical activity. Physical activity is proven to provide humans with physical and mental benefits. Number 10 is power. Power is another desire that is rooted in control. When we have power over others or power over a situation, we can control what happens to us and how we move through life. Power is a great example of a basic human desire that can benefit us in some ways and can also hurt us and our peers in other ways. Number 11 is romance. Romance is a type of love and acceptance that moves beyond general belonging. When we engage in intimate romances, we gain a range of benefits that feel especially wonderful. Number 12 is saving. Human desires transcend past the present moment. Sure, we might have food right now, but what about later? Saving is a tool, a psychological mechanism that has helped humans feel in control since the time we were cavemen. We save money and resources to feel comfortable that we will feel satisfied even if resources are scarce around us. Number 13 is social contact. Even introverts cannot spend their entire lives alone. It's very mentally damaging. Humans desire interacting with other people, whether we have known them for a long time or even if they're strangers who we might develop a potential relationship with. Number 14 is social status. Humans are very social creatures, and we want to feel validated by the people that we engage in social contact with. We all feel the desire to become the alpha male, or at least an accepted member of a group. Our status could commingle with our acceptance or move into an area where we feel power over our peers. Number 15 is tranquility. Tranquility is the desire to feel calm, peaceful, protected, and safe. The tranquility could be a physical feeling, like feeling physically safe from harm from your spouse or in your neighborhood, or a mental feeling, like feeling calm with your place in life and where you're heading. And the last one is vengeance. Vengeance is the desire to get back at another person who has treated you unfairly or hurt you. This goes back to the Kantian fairness bias. Getting revenge is a desire that shapes many movies, books, and journeys. But not all desires, however present and real they might be, are productive in the long run. When you're setting goals for yourself, try to reflect on these 16 basic desires and how they play into what you actually want out of life. What do your goals aim to give you? Do they want to give you independence, power, tranquility? How does satisfying these basic desires benefit or maybe even threaten your lives or the lives of others? Does working towards one basic desire threaten your ability to satisfy another basic desire? As you might have noticed, some of these desires contradict each other. Ignoring one desire might leave you feeling unsatisfied, so try to maintain a balance. Also, before I end this video, don't forget to check out the freebie PDF in the description below to stay updated on my awesome side project. Keep these basic desires in mind as you create a positive, balanced plan that promotes positive growth and a more satisfying life. The more we reflect on our desires and the goals that try to get us there, the more easily we can recognize when our goals are beneficial both now and for us in the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Excellent. Thank you very much for watching the video. Can you listen to me?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, what do you think about it? Do you agree? Please, volunteers, let's have participation.
You're breaking a little bit now.
By you?
You're breaking a little bit now.
Now, am I better?
Yeah. It's clear.
Excellent. Thank you. It was the change of the screens. Okay, so please talk to me about your opinion. What do you think about the video? What about you, Diego?
Well, I think more of these steps are in my list for my goals in life. You know, like order, honor, family, activity, romance, social contact. I mean, I think most of these steps we need to follow to achieve our goals.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. They give us pleasure. Excellent. All right,
Yes.
Diego, your victim.
Carla.
Thank you.
Okay. I felt identified with some of these pleasures, and I think that many of them we are identified with many of them every day. for example, romance, social contact, um, eating, and what other? I don't remember, but yes, I think that every day we take care about these points.
Yeah, that's it. Excellent. Carla, thank you very much. Okay, who's your victim?
Uh, Carmen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, these 16 basic desires control the life of the people. In my case, it's very important because it reminds with a step by step all the life. With these elements, complete the person in several aspects. For example, the order in the show and the control, the power, and all life, the finance and the saving money is very important for the end of the life. When you are old, you have a security and every element in this designs, if you get with this in every moment, you obtain the happiness. In this aspect, for example, that you enjoy your family with these aspects because you can have it with your elements. You can develop these abilities. Uh, how you can to share with your friends and with your partners in your work. And these aspects turn on in abilities and um, um, capability. You know the aspects of your life.
Okay, Carmen. It was a little difficult to understand what you say. Of course, I understood you. Maybe, well, do you remember that we had some problems in the when you applied the exam? I guess that that day you were using a cell phone, and in that cell phone it was perfect. I could understand every single word you said. Now it was a little difficult, but maybe yes.
I am in my computer. The last time when was the exam, I was in my iPad. In the next conversation class, I
Uh-huh.
went to my iPad.
You know what? The sound was excellent in that iPad. It was so clear. Now I can understand you, but it's quite a difficult task. So why don't you try with your iPad? It is much better. Well, the sound is really good.
Gracias.
Yeah, thank you very much. Carmen, who's your victim?
Luis Fernando.
Beg your pardon?
Luis Fernando.
Thank you. Luis Fernando, please.
Okay, yes, I think the video is a kind of guide to be more happy in the life. We
To
all
be happier.
happier in the life, and it's a series of steps that we could do, and some of them I try to do every day. For example, uh, to have social contact because it's very important in our lives. Nowadays, the government said us that we don't we don't need to be near to other people because the COVID-19, but social contact is important in the life. And I agree with my partner that talked before me, and he said that the video it's about goals in the life. Yes, and I agree with him, and I think it's a kind of um, of series of steps that we reach some of goals in the life. And curiosity, I think the curiosity it's very important also in everything. In the curiosity, it's a first step to the knowledge, to get information, to be uh, I don't know, to be satisfied with the things that you would like to know. And it's interesting that video, that ideas, and yes, that's it.
Yeah, those ideas are really clear, I think, about what are or the things that give us pleasure. All right, thank you. Luis Fernando, who's your victim?
My victim is going to be, I think, Agustin again, please.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you, Luis Fernando.
You're
Guess
welcome.
what? I immediately was shocked by this video. Number one, because I love books. So while I was hearing you, I was searching for the book of this PhD author, Stephen Rice. And I am very excited to buy it as soon as possible. Like, and secondly, because of the speed of the speaking of the person who was showing us the video, he was speaking so fluently and in a so natural American English that we need to be on track so we could understand all the words. So that's the way that people speak when we are in North America. So
Perfect.
it was a great challenge for us to listen. And
Yeah,
what I do really appreciate on this conversation that we are having with Maggie, Luis Fernando, Carmen, Carla, and all of us is that we are gathering together and we are hearing us together. So that's the way we need to learn when we are in North America or England or whatever place people speak English. So that's how I appreciate this video. Really, it was very interesting. And not only because we are learning on this English class just vocabulary or fluency, not just because of that, is we are learning a way of being better, a better person. Thank you. Thank you, Maggie, for this opportunity.
No, thanks to you for being so sensitive. You know what? I have been also looking for some more material. My target is that you can be used to listen all of the most possible pronunciations you can. In this case, it was the American pronunciation. Next one, I'm trying to look for British pronunciation, later on Jamaican, Canadian, even Chinese.
Australian.
Yeah, Australian, that's a challenge. That's challenging. Yeah, if you felt a little difficult to understand the American English, wait for the Australian one.
They're Irish.
Or
Nigerian.
Irish. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah, you're right. All right, thank you, Agustin. Okay, is your victim Diego?
That's right.
I was
Great.
the first one.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were the
yeah,
first.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
you're
perhaps
right.
it's Carla? Is
I
it
guess
Carla?
Carla has already spoken.
Yes.
Karen.
Well, it's time to go then to the next slide. Hey,
All right.
look at this, the mood meter. I liked this material so much because it contains a lot of words that you can use for enhancing your speech. Of course, you can say, you know what, I am sad. But you can also say, you know what, I am pessimistic, or I am morose, discouraged. Or maybe you say, I'm apathetic, I'm bored. No, I'm drained. All right. So you know, kids, that the difference between the basic level, well, no, not the basic, the intermediate level and the advanced level, it's too much vocabulary. At first of all, you have to cope with grammar. But whenever you are practicing much more and you are learning just some topics of grammar, the most that you have to practice and get is vocabulary.
Mhm.
And
Uh-huh.
so I liked this so much. Of course, it is not so possible to see pretty well the words, but I sent you this presentation, this PDF document to your email. And if you didn't receive it, please let me know so that I can send it to you again. All right. And so
Mhm.
something that I really recommend is taking two words per day. Learn two words
Okay.
per day and practice them. Tomorrow
Mhm.
you are going to learn two more and review the previous ones, and so on. Still the moment that you have many words that you can use. All right, so look at this. I really liked so much this document because, as I told you before, it will help us to learn many useful words. And so they are so nice. For example, whenever you say, you know what, I feel, I don't know, pleasant. But you can also say, I feel hyper, energized, pleased. Okay, I'm referring to this row, hyper, here, hyper, energized, pleased, pleasant. So yes, try to get more words. It is very necessary and very good. Okay,
Okay.
and well, talking about the pleasant things, I would like to show you the things that I most enjoy. They are my personal pleasants. And well, I want to show off. Can you see this fussy person? So hairy person. He's a musician. He is my favorite musician.
Oh,
Who
you're
is she?
Yeah, he's my favorite musician, and he's my son.
Oh, it's your son.
Yeah, he's my
Nicholas,
little bitty baby.
mother too.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and he's my son again in a very nice place. I want you to go to there. It's a very beautiful place in Veracruz.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the name of this place is Cascadas de Texolo. Texolo Waterfalls. It's in Jico in Veracruz. It is a wonderful, beautiful, amazing place. If you want to go, you have to go to Jalapa,
Cool.
and later on, you are going to go to Coatepec, and after Coatepec, you will
Uh-huh.
find Jico. It's a magic town,
Okay.
and it's so beautiful.
Wow.
And well, here you have some of the things that are so pleasant. Well, at least for me.
Mhm.
Why don't you select one of these photographs and try to describe if they cause you any feeling or if they make you remember any experience? All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Can you
So
repeat, please, the question?
yes, please try to select one picture and tell me
Mhm.
if it makes you feel something or if it reminds you something.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I got it now.
Ready? Okay. Who's first?
Mm,
We're shy.
It's okay.
Well, I go in first.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, the picture where a couple is and looks like a sunset or yeah, sunset. That remind me. My wife loved to take picture of the sunsets.
Oh,
Oh,
So every time when I see a sunset, it reminds me of her.
hey, that's beautiful. So romantic.
mm,
Thank you.
All right. Excellent. Okay, who's next? Hello. Don't go. Don't
exactly.
sleep. All right. Agustin, all right.
Yeah, I love well, I love reading and drinking coffee and also being relaxed, but I am going to choose the one that Luis Fernando said that it was his pleasure, and I don't pay attention very much in that. While I am taking a shower, I do it very quick. But today I was having so much relaxation while I was taking my shower in the morning. So I had lots of ideas, and I immediately, as I told you, I take a shower very quickly. I immediately went out from there and I wrote them. So it was about a play that I'm writing, and now I'm focusing on that one, on that picture about taking showers. Even they are quick, but I've got many ideas.
You are mute,
Yeah, Maggie, we don't hear
Maggie.
you.
You are mute. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, so sometimes we don't pay attention to to the everyday things because we do them every day. So there's not something important, there's not something there isn't anything different in them, but
Mm-hmm,
of course we are missing a really great opportunity to feel fine and to have a shower. It's so pleasant. So yes,
mm-hmm,
we should have a relaxing shower.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Okay, who's next?
Okay, me.
All right, Carla.
Talking about the shower, I also enjoy a lot taking a shower. It's a pleasure for me to take a long shower. I don't don't try to spend a lot of time because I like to save water, but I really enjoy to buy aromatic uh, soaps, and I
Oh,
really enjoy smell that fragrance while I am taking the shower. So
Oh,
I really enjoy that.
that's great.
and and also another picture, the the waterfall. I really enjoy to go to vacations to places where there is lagoons or rivers or waterfalls, or I like these kind of places. So I really enjoy to hear the sound of the water and just sit in that place and enjoy the the nature, the trees, the water, the sound of the birds, and I love that kind of places.
Oh, yes, that's it. Excellent. Thank you very much. All right. Who's your victim?
Uh, Diego? Or
I guess Diego has already participated, but guess what? Carmen is missing.
okay, Luis?
Uh,
Okay.
all right.
All right. And I'm going to choose the piano girl, the musician. I really love the music. So when every time that I listen to a song, I remember a scene, a person, a mood that passed in days before or years before, something that I remember, and sometimes it is pleasure, it is happiness or sadness scene. So the music whenever I listen to a music, I I remember, I don't know why, but I remember a part of my life that I lived before, and is amazing. I think for me, it's pleasure, it's surprising. I really like that feeling.
Oh, yes, that's it. You know what? I would like to share something with you. My father was a musician, and
mhm.
I play the guitar, I play the bass, and I play some other instruments. But I guess that the one who really has the talented that my father had is my son. Uh, he's a sociologist, but also he's a musician. He's a classical guitar player, and well,
Mhm.
he's the person in the photograph,
Waterfalls.
in the waterfalls,
Uh-huh.
and in the piano. He is both.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
it's okay, it's okay. But what I wanted to tell you is that I really understand what you feel because when when you listen to music, your brain works in a different way. Not only,
Ah.
yeah, so that's why we feel so uh, in ecstasy. So that's why we feel
Aha.
pleased because our brain is
Mhm.
receiving all the vibration, all the sound, and all
Mhm.
the texture
Mhm.
of the music. And so we are kind of like hypnotized a little. Our brain is
That.
working in a different way.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So is your victim Carmen?
Yes, Carmen, please.
Thank you.
Okay.
Carmen, hello.
Hello, teacher. I lost the page. Give me a second, please. Okay. I remember when I was pregnant of my daughters, and also, yeah, I remember essence of the book, these beautiful moments, because in just 3 times, I spend the time making the handcraft, for example, sweaters and um, accessories, clothes for my children. And I remember this another, for example, the sunset with my husband. And so one time, when I go out of my house and visit different places, when I was younger, um, traveling, I was traveling for different states of Mexico. And this place is beautiful. I I see this place, enjoy it, when I visited other places like this. Um, for example, in nowadays, in the picture below the page, the girl has a cup of coffee or tea and read the book. Yes, yes, I enjoy this as in my person because it's relaxing for me. It's when I have a lot of time and take it reading and type the text or the books. And when thinking about the books and the good, have good health, is taste is different flavors and is um, with, with delicious fruits. Um, this this picture when the two girls are sitting on the couch. Remember me, my daughters, because I have two daughters, and they are with me in this moment. They are in their houses.
So they are adult children.
Okay, yes, my daughters, because they are girls.
Wow. Hey, you know what? Thank you for sharing your feelings about all the photographs. I want to tell you something. These girls have a very nice story. In fact, they are my granddaughters. She's the eldest and she's the youngest. This photograph was taken the day when they met each other, when they saw each other for the first time, because the eldest of them was not living with us. She was very far away. And so one day, as a real casualty, I found her mommy down the street. And so that's how we could be joined again. And so in this day, they met for the first time, and they had known about each other because we talked about them, but they didn't know, they didn't have met in person. And so that was a very magical moment also. Well, you know what? I would also like to talk to you about this. When unpleasant things happen in our life, we can either become wise or wounded. This is the choice we have. So, thank you very much for attending this class. And you know what? I have two news for you. The first one is that we are not going to stop classes because this is an online system. So we don't need to be out of our homes to have a class. So we are going to have our regular services every day. And so, wow, that's an advantage. And well, I want to ask you all also to observe the rules that the authorities are sending us to take care of our health. Please wash your hands. Don't forget to be a part of people. Don't be in places where there are a lot of people. And if you are there, cover your mouth in any way. And please take care of yourselves. All right, so let's observe the new regulations in our benefit.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much and have a very good night.
Thank you very much.
You too.
Thank you,
Likewise.
Maggie.
See
Good
you.
night. Thank you.
Bye.
See you next.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Good night.